If you've never had roasted garlic before, you are missing out. Roasting the garlic takes all those sharp, bitter, pungent flavors and smooths them all out, leaving you with something mellow and rich and buttery that you can mix with butter, you can preserve with olive oil, you can add to a nice sauce, you can just put it on toast and eat it. There is so much that you can do with roasted garlic, and it's so easy. Also, once you've roasted it, you can pack it in your refrigerator with butter or olive oil, and it'll last for weeks. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Civilization might be on a slow downward decline, but that is no reason to eat bad food. Let's go roast this. We start by preheating our toaster oven or oven to 400 degrees. Now, if you're doing this in the summer, you want to go with whatever heating source is the lowest temperature, because that will put less heat into your house. If it's the winter, use whatever, because all that excess heat will be welcome. In the summer, you want as little heat as possible. So since it's summer when I'm recording this video, I'm using the toaster oven today. And while it's preheating, let's prepare the garlic. Now, here's what you're going to need. 1 or more whole heads of garlic, some not fancy olive oil. This recipe is not where you want to use your most fabulous olive oil, and enough aluminum foil to make a little house for however many bulbs of garlic that you have. Now, take a handy dandy chef's knife and just cut the top off of your heads of garlic. By the way, save these tops because we'll use them. So ideally, you want to get all or as many of the cloves as possible opened up to the heat, because all of these top edges will caramelize, and that'll make it nice. So, decided I'm going with 4 heads of garlic today. So, I take my aluminum foil, I place the heads of garlic on my aluminum foil, like so, and then I make a little tent. Once I got my tent made, I dribble olive oil over the top of my garlic to keep it from burning and give it some nice flavor. Once that's done, we close up our cute little tent. Doesn't have to be perfect. I like to leave a little bit of opening to let steam escape. It's just roasted garlic. It's not rocket science, okay? Ta-da! By the way, if civilization has fallen farther than you expected, this can also be wrapped up fully and tossed into a campfire over some embers, perhaps. Then, once you have your package, toss it into your oven or toaster oven, like so, for 40 to 50 minutes. I set mine for 50 minutes, and I'll be back in a bit. And when the time is up, take them out, let them sit a while to contemplate their future. They should look golden brown on top and be very soft to the touch, but they're going to be really hot. So you're going to want to leave them alone, let them cool off before the next step. Now, what do we do with all these cute little pieces of garlic here? Now, the easy answer is just take these, toss them into a bag for later use in vegetable stock. If you're patient, you can also take the time to actually peel these and chop them up, use them in whatever cooking you want, because this is perfectly good garlic. If you do that, then be sure and save the papers for your vegetable stock. What I'm probably going to do is just chop these guys up and cover them in olive oil until I'm ready to use them. All right, here is the amount of garlic that I got out of those tops. And now if you have something that wants chunky garlic, you can just toss them in. I personally am going to chop these up and put them in a jar with olive oil. This is what the raw garlic covered in olive oil looks like. I'm going to put a cap on it and stick it in the fridge. It will last for weeks or longer. Basically, it'll last until it smells funny, but since the olive oil blocks any air, it's going to be good for quite a long time. Once the roasted garlic is cool enough to touch, you pick it up and see how remember how we cut the top off earlier of these cloves? Well, that means that you can just gently push up from the bottom and hopefully squeeze a whole clove out. Now, the ideal is if you can get them out in one piece like this, but they might get kind of mangled and on the way out. If they do, that's okay. Anyway, repeat until done. Oh, make sure that you don't miss any that are on the side that did not get their tops cut off. They might get a little bit liquefied coming out. You know what? That's all right. You got to taste test the roasted garlic, right? Yummy. Where can we put roasted garlic on? Oh my gosh, there's so much roasted garlic. Can go on pizza. Can basically go on just about anything you want to put garlic on. It's just going to be a more mellow version of the garlic. Yeah, but the nice thing about this is that it is spreadable. See, I mean, this is already basically a spread right here. So you can mix it with a fat such as butter or olive oil. You can spread it on crackers or on bread, especially if you've mixed it with butter. You can sprinkle it on a salad. You can put it in a sauce, like an Alfredo sauce or a spaghetti sauce, or really any kind. And it will be just fantastic. Goes in soups quite beautifully. I mean, really, you're only limited by your imagination. This, well, keep in mind, you're going to get awfully sticky while you do this, so just make your peace with that before you get started. It's going to happen. When I'm doing stuff like this, I can imagine, you know, if I was in something like an SM Sterling Dies the Fire homestead, you know, preparing this as the farmers and the people who are tending the herds and the fields are coming back, you know, having this nice garlic spread to put on some big crusty bread to tide them over until it's supper time, or maybe I cooked this so that the garlic wouldn't sprout, because, I mean, obviously, since you cooked this garlic, it will not sprout. And this, I mean, the raw garlic from earlier will, since I chopped it up, also will not sprout, and it'll keep for a good while because it's covered in olive oil, which keeps the air from it. But it's just a different flavor profile than you get from the roasted garlic. Roasted garlic is kind of a gentler, warmer, buttery, soft feel, unlike the almost aggressive raw garlic. They both have their places, mind you. But, so it's good to know how to do both. And as I kind of hinted earlier, this recipe is something that you can do over a fire too, if you have some aluminum foil, or if you have a covered clay pot of some sort. You could probably, as long as you got some olive oil to dribble over the top, then You could probably do it in that too, if you didn't feel like using aluminum foil or didn't have any. By the way, you probably don't want to put the roasted garlic skins into your compost pile, because the thing with having them covered in oil is the oil will basically seal it, almost acting like a preservative, and it will not decompose the way you want it to. So the garlic skins from before and any that you take off beforehand, those by all means drop onto your compost heap, or toss them into your veggie stock, but don't use these. I have not tried using the roasted garlic skins in veggie stock. If you have, then drop a note in the comments and let me know how it turned out. Alright. Well, I've given you guys some of my ideas about what to use roasted garlic for. What are you going to use roasted garlic for? I mean, I'm always open to new ideas. You get good at this, you'll get a rhythm for getting as close to a complete clove out as you can. That really is just something that you gotta learn to do through practice and through not minding getting your fingers really, really dirty and sticky. But hey, it's probably going to moisturize my skin quite nicely. I mean, right? See this guy? Think it's going to hide from me. It will not. Haha. Come out! Look at those beauties. Beauties, beauties. If you can't get them out in full clove form, don't worry. I mean, you're probably going to grind them up and put them on bread anyway. It is not rocket science. It's just garlic. Delicious, delicious roasted garlic. But still. If your cloves get mangled, it's fine. They're still delicious. Alright. This is what we got. And I think if I mushed it down, it would probably be about a cup of roasted garlic, maybe a little more. Let's see how it looks in a jar. Got myself a nice glass jar. You can also use plastic one if you don't mind plastic. Some people feel very, very strongly about plastics getting into their system and contaminating their food. I'm not one of those people. I just do a lot of canning, so I have a metric crap ton of mason jars around, so might as well use them for my storage. I'll let any of that go to waste. Ta-da! Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous garlic. Alright, now we are covered in oil. You want to make sure that the garlic cloves are completely submerged in oil, because the olive oil is what will protect them from the air, and make sure that they stay good. They'd probably still be okay even if I left them in the open air. I prefer, since I have a fridge, I've got room in my fridge, why not just put it in the fridge? Wait, the other thing about this is you're going to get olive oil all over everything. Just make peace with it. Alright, and then put it in a fridge. Ta-da! Garlic. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Practical Prepper Diana as we roast garlic in preparation for the slow downfall of civilization. Hoping it'll be a slow downfall and not a rapid destruction of civilization, but we'll find out when we get there, because it's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Hey, if you are interested in more cooking content, take a look at this playlist for other cooking videos I've made. Bye for now.